People, you know what the most important thing is in this election? People need to understand this. It's the Supreme Court. And why do I say that? Because people do not realize this. I've been saying this for years. Those 9 people dictate how we live our lives. Think about it. If they tell you you're going to drive 40 miles an hour on a freeway, that's the law. I mean, it is so important. And I tell you what, you get 2 more commies on the Supreme Court, this country's done. That's why you can't vote for a freaking liberal. Does anybody understand this? And I want to tell this to all the Democrats that are gun owners. Guess what, people? You vote for Hillary, you're going to lose your gun. And then what are you going to say when she takes away your guns? And that's all she needs, people. 2 people. 2 people on the Supreme Court. Maybe just 1 more if they get a communist instead of Alito. Not Alito, Scalia type. Right? I mean, think about how important that is. And nobody talks about that. I actually heard Trump mention it finally yesterday. You know, it is amazing to me how important this is. They need to talk about that every day. All the campaigns and ads should not be about insulting each other. It should be about the Supreme Court. And I wish people like Glenn Beck would understand that. He's Mr. Constitutionalist. I used to like the guy, but I'm disappointed in him because he will not vote for Trump. Let me tell you something. Trump's not my first choice, but you know what? I'll vote for him in a freaking heartbeat over the communist lady. Think about it, people. See, the problem with conservatives is they have to, oh, my guy didn't win, we're going to sit home. And then they're going to bitch for the next 4 years or 8 years because their guy's not in because they didn't vote. Forget the sore loser part. Your guy doesn't get in. You got to stick with the party. Stick with the guy. I'm sorry. What do the Republicans say? They say, well, Trump's going to run third party. They're the ones that are going to run third party. How insane is this? They're sitting there pouting because their guy's not going to win. And the reason their guy's not going to win, because the Republicans lied. They got in their office. They won the Senate, won the House, did nothing. Nothing. Let this commie do whatever the hell he wants. I mean, it's appalling to me how they're acting like children. And you know what? It's going to backfire. You bring a guy like Romney, and I like Romney, but what the hell's wrong with him? He's criticizing Trump when he lost to Obama, and he lost to McCain before that. He's a 2-time loser, and they're bringing him on there? And then Rubio attacking him like they're attacking him? Why don't people just stick to the freaking issues in the Supreme Court? Because without the Supreme Court, we don't have a country, people. You got to understand that. And I hope you Democrats who own guns understand this. Hillary's going to take away your guns. I'm not just saying that. Think about it. And what gets me is they talk about Hillary. Oh, she's going to get the black vote. Why is she getting the black vote? Anyone understand that? What has she done for blacks? She's done nothing. She was the First Lady, Secretary of State, and a Senator. Did nothing for blacks. You know who said that? Dr. Alveda King. That's right. Martin Luther King's niece said that on TV. And Kristen Powers just looked at that dumb looking, you know, Kristen Powers dumb looking with the big gums. Didn't know what to say. Because Dr. Alveda King, who by the way follows me on Twitter, which I'm honored. I'm shocked and honored by that. Thank you very much. She's a hell of a lady. But she said this, and Kristen Powers just sat there. Stupid look at her face. She didn't know what to say because it's the truth. See, Democrats keep you dependent on government. That's why they keep you in poverty. They want to keep you dependent so you keep voting for them because you want the free shit all the time. They don't want to bring you up. They want to keep you down. Look at all the major cities run by Democrat mayors. Look at them all. How are they doing right now? The murder rates are skyrocketing. You know, let's stop the stop and frisk program in New York. Okay, let's more murder rates. Let's have the no freaking school choice. Democrats are against school choice. How can that be? See, the Republicans need to bring up these issues. Over instead of talking about a guy's hands or his ear size or eye size or nose size, I mean, talk about the issues. And then they talk about Trump. Well, Trump's a racist. Really? Trump's a racist. Okay, he's a racist. He went disavow the Klan. He disavowed the Klan. I mean, give me a break. How many times he got to disavow the Klan? How many times he got to say that? Really? Really? Has anyone gone after Mr. Barack Obama when he hung out in a racist church for 20 freaking years? Not 20 seconds, folks. 20 years. Who asked him? McCain wouldn't even go after him about that. Reverend Wright is a racist. He sounded like a racist. If he sounded like a racist and you act like a racist, you're a racist. 20 years Obama hung out in a racist church. And not just that, his best friend is Al Sharpton. How many times has he been in the White House? 80, 90, 100 times? One of his best friends. Do we all agree Al Sharpton's racist? I don't know if you're black, white, purple, orange, yellow, mellow, whatever, chartreuse. We all can agree Al Sharpton's racist, right? Just like David Duke's a racist. We can agree with that. But the problem is, it's okay when a Democrat does it. Why is that? He goes to the White House. A racist is actually hanging out at the White House with Obama. No one says a word about that. But since Trump just didn't disavow the guy on Sunday, but he did on Friday, he did on Sunday, but he did on Monday, he did on Tuesday, he did on Wednesday, he disavowed him on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but not last Sunday. I mean, these people are something else. That's the reason Trump is resonating, people. They're tired of the PC bullshit. They're tired of that crap. And it doesn't matter if he's a conservative, people. Like I said, he's not my first choice. Or my second choice. My choice is lost out. Okay, I'm going for him. You betcha. Because I have common sense. Do you know what that means, folks? Common sense? That's what we're missing in this country, because any Republican is better than a communist Democrat who's going to put a liberal judge on the Supreme Court. Not one, not two, maybe three, maybe more. That's what people need to understand. They need to wake up to that fact. You get a liar like Hillary who doesn't give a shit about the people. She is Wall Street. She's talking about going after Wall Street. How come people can't see that? This woman's Wall Street. You're making a couple $100,000 a speech? Really? You won't release the transcripts? What is that up, people? That's what you want as a president, a leader? She's accomplished? No one can even name her an accomplishment. Why, you were First Lady, you were Secretary of State, and the email scandal, and oh, she didn't know it was classified? I got news for you. If you don't know it's classified, folks, then you're really not fit to be anything. Anything. Let alone a freaking president. Really? Because as a woman, people, you got to understand how important the Supreme Court is. I keep drilling it, and I wish the people that are running these campaigns, and they don't listen to me. I text this guy, not text. I tweet this guy, that guy. I tell him to talk about the Supreme Court. No one even answers me. Even Bowling, he didn't answer me. Bowling, Big Mouth Bowling says he reads all his emails. He's full of shit too. Doesn't read mine. Doesn't respond to mine. I talked about it. Well, you have a damn TV show. Talk about the Supreme Court every day. Instead of whining about, well, Trump isn't a full conservative. So what? So what? The public doesn't care, people. They don't care. Because they want a guy because the others like him. The Republicans don't deserve the electorate. And I'll be damned. If they go around and do it in little childish ways and going to take it away from him if he wins, you know what? Like I said, he's not my first choice. But if he wins fair and square, it's the will of the people, people. That's what matters, the will of the people. The people have spoken, you got to stick by it. Every conservative at CPAC, they got to vote for whoever the winner is. If it's Cruz or Trump, you got to stick with that person. Not sit there and pout and stay home. Because, you know, I'm telling you, what's going to happen, you're going to sit there and stay home, and this communist bitch is going to put a couple of liberal, radical commies on the Supreme Court, and your rights are done. And then see how you look. Then see how you act. All they're going to do is bitch for the next 8 years. That includes Mr. Beck, who I used to have respect for. But now I'm so disgusted with him because he's disavowing Trump and criticizing him. Go after Hillary, Beck. You're Mr. Constitutionalist. What the hell's wrong with you? There's another guy, by the way, never takes my message. I even sent him a videotape of some of my videos. Never responded to me. Never, never. But I'll have Dana Lash on there. Dana Lash, whatever the hell her name is. Oh, Mrs. Constitutionalist. But she's against Trump now, too. What the hell's wrong with her? So I'm on the show and she's against him? If it's between him and Hillary, you got to go with him, people. I mean, like I've said before, there isn't two people on the earth that agree with each other on everything. You don't disagree with them. You don't agree with everything. So what? So what? You got to suck it up because it's all about the Supreme Court, folks. I'm telling you, you got to put that in your mind, the Supreme Court. You want a liar like Hillary who lies about everything in the moon, who should be in freaking prison for what she's done, a lot worse than General Petraeus. But when you're a Democrat, it's okay. It's okay. Kind of like Ted Kennedy killed a woman in Chappaquiddick. It's a Democrat. It's okay. You can be senator for the next 40 years. Like Charlie Rangel didn't pay his taxes. It's okay. Like John Kerry hiding his boat in Rhode Island because he doesn't want to pay the high taxes in Massachusetts, where he's from. But that's okay. You're a Democrat. You're a Democrat. See, when you're a Democrat, it's okay. It's okay to cheat on your wife. It's okay to rape, rob, murder people. It's okay because you're a Democrat. See, it should be okay. No matter what party it is, what color the person is, it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? There's right and there's wrong. It's not black or white. It's not a race thing. It's common freaking sense. There's good people and bad people on the planet. All creeds, all colors, all races. Got to understand that, people. That's the way of life. But I'm telling you, and I'll say it again, I'll talk every time I do a freaking video, so I'm talking about the Supreme Court because I know how important that is. Think about it. And by the way, Obama didn't go to Judge Scalia's funeral, and it's right there in D.C. Are you kidding me? If it was Michael Brown, he would have ran down there. I mean, really? Really? How embarrassing and insulting is that? You can't go to a Supreme Court judge's funeral. This guy just disgusts me all over. I mean, he makes me sick. He's just sickening. They are absolutely corrupt human beings, and they get away with the media lesson because, you know what? You're a Democrat. It's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. And this country needs to be straightened out. And if Trump's got to do it, I'm all for him 100%. Like I said, wasn't my first or second choice, but you know what? He's my choice even more now because of what the people are trying to do to him. It's the will of the people. If the people vote for that man, then you stand by the people's vote. That's how I look at it. I stand by the people of this country, not the freaking politicians. That's, you got to keep in mind. Remember, the Supreme Court.